This week's fundamental is speak straight. Speak honestly in a way that helps make progress. Say what you mean and be willing to ask questions, share ideas, or raise issues that may cause conflict when it's necessary for team success. Be courageous enough to say what needs to be said and address issues directly with those who are involved or affected. This fundamental is really easy to misunderstand. Speaking straight is about being direct, clear, and honest in our communications. It's about being willing to say something that's really hard to say, but is necessary for the greater good. And language matters a lot. You can be very clear and direct in your language, but also be abrasive or hurtful, which is not helpful at all. So how you say it or frame it is just as important as the clear language you choose. It's being honest and clear in a way that enables others to truly hear us and improves the likelihood of positive momentum forward, helps make progress towards our team objectives, and contributes to a solution. It's not simply honesty for the sake of being brutally honest. This requires an extraordinary amount of thoughtfulness as well as a deep commitment to being for each other. When we speak straight, we're more focused on serving others and helping the situation rather than simply unloading our feelings or opinions. Speaking straight frequently requires us to have uncomfortable conversations that most of us tend to avoid. It requires that we go directly to each other when we have issues rather than complaining to someone else. And during these difficult conversations, we commonly beat around the bush or sugarcoat what we really mean. We may be fearful of hurting another's feelings or risking our relationships, or even being perceived as a naysayer if we challenge another person's ideas. I find when approaching a difficult conversation that it's helpful to frame your comments in a way that acknowledges that this is an uncomfortable topic or that your viewpoint is trying to highlight an opposing perspective. By acknowledging this up front, you can free yourself to have the conversation with less fear about the words not coming out precisely how you wanted, and the listener is more likely to be disarmed, less defensive, and able to listen generously and to work with you to be sure that you understand each other clearly. Notice the link between this week's fundamental and last week's, which was listen to understand. We cannot expect our colleagues to speak straight and raise issues directly if they don't feel the environment is safe to do so. The better we are at listening, the more likely people will feel comfortable with being straight with us. So this week, I challenge you to have at least one difficult conversation that you've been avoiding, where you articulate your message clearly and directly, but in a way that moves the team forward.